It worked. The intro worked today. Wow. Always a surprise with this stuff. How you doing, guys? Welcome. Welcome, early birds. Not a huge crowd, but a loyal one nonetheless. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. What we got here? Jody, I don't know if Jody's back. He was over, said he was over watching Geek Savannah. Ed, Love My Drones is here. How you doing? Michael McReynolds. Arizona Drone Dude, and that's about it. Peter Carroll. Hi, Peter. How you doing? And Carlos is coming. Okay, Carlos didn't even I won't even say it. It's out there, but I'm going to leave that one just kind of hang for everybody. Give me a few, Professor, he says. Okay, you got it. So, Russell, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And here we are, Thursday night. And I have nothing in particular to talk about tonight. We've been just consumed with politics and getting more and more absurd as it goes. And it's kind of hard to pay attention to much else. The weather hasn't been too conducive to flying down here for me, but it's looking good for the morning. So I'm hoping to get out, in the morning. Now, Ed had asked, what's auto-tune? And I answered that auto-tune is a function or a mode in iNav that does exactly what it says. And they have two modes in iNav, auto-trim and auto-tune. And they're designed primarily for fixed wings, which is why you don't see the equivalent of auto-tune in Betaflight. It's just, I don't think it's going to work real well on a quad, but what it does is when you turn on auto-tune, you start rocking the sticks back and forth and up and down, and the flight controller analyzes the PIDs and the feed forward to determine whether the craft is really following your stick movements, and it takes into account the velocity of how fast you move the sticks and how far you move the sticks and everything. And it just keeps adjusting the PIDs for you. And you do that once when you first start trying to tune the airplane with iNav. And when you land, you turn off auto-tune just before you land, because the landing will throw the settings off. The bounce or abrupt jolt of a landing will throw it off. So you turn off the auto-tune, you land, and then you immediately save the settings by either pulling both of the sticks back and out or plugging in Betaflight and saving the settings that way. And once you do that, your settings are saved, and from there on out, unless you make some drastic changes to the quad, you don't have to do that again. And it really works. You notice as you're flying in auto-tune that it just starts to feel more dialed in the more you do it. And I even have a screen on my in my goggles, a separate screen that I can switch to that shows me what the PIDs are. And while I'm tuning it, you can actually watch the thing changing the PIDs. It's a pretty neat feature. I don't know if a lot of guys really use it, but it's there and it's pretty nice. iNav is probably not as advanced for quads as Betaflight. Betaflight seems to be more on the cutting edge of a better tune for and more features for quads, but it is way ahead of Betaflight when it comes to GPS related stuff, both for quads and fixed wings, and mimics a lot of the features that you find in the camera drones. You have full GPS, return to home. In the case of an airplane, it'll fly circles around the home point. In case of a quad, it'll actually come back and land just like a Mavic. When you hit return to home, it has the ability to plan waypoint missions, and it'll fly those things. It'll has position hold, altitude hold, all the neat stuff. And I kind of like it on the 7-inch quads that I'm using it on, because it lets me click the switch into acro and fly it around just like it's a regular quad, and you just can't tell the difference. However, you have a return to home switch, which I call the "oh shit" switch. So if anything does happen bad, or it flies out of range, or it fail safes, or it does any of that kind of stuff, it'll just play Mavic. It'll just level itself out, turn around, fly home, and land right where it took off. So it's a good safety feature, I think, for a quad, especially a long range quad where you are going to be flying it off quite a ways, and knowing that if you should lose your radio link or fail safe or something like that, you are going to get the quad back. So it's pretty neat. And Ed, I hope that answers your question about what auto tune is. And wow, as if by magic, as I said the name Ed, bingo. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, ever since you started doing the GPS rescue thing and all that stuff, I have been very intrigued by
it. It's the GPS rescue is a feature of beta flight, and it's not as tightly tuned as it is in iNav, but it will at least throw the quad into stabilized mode, climb to a predetermined altitude, turn it towards the home point and start to fly back. At that point, you better take it over when you get it close enough where you either get your goggles back or your radio back, or else it'll just.
So will it? Okay, we'll say you're a little slow, and so it gets to you. Will it just stop and sit there? Then
no. The way GPS rescue is designed is it gets about 200 meters out and then starts to descend. And if you don't do something about it, it's going to descend right into the ground, somewhere near where the home point is. Yeah, it's not designed.
Is it a gentle descent or is it a drop?
No, it's going to be an angled descent. Okay, it's going to start descending about 200 meters out and then start heading down. It's designed, Ed, only to get it back in the neighborhood. In other words, if you were, and the main use for it, there's two main uses for it. Not as a way to get your quad back. The main uses for it are if you fail safe, if you lose your transmitter and have no radio control whatsoever, it will take over. Or if you flick the switch because you lost your video feed to your goggles. And normally if you're flying a quad, you lose your video feed, you're done. You hit the arm switch, the quad drops out of the sky, and then you spend the next 3 days looking for it. With this thing, something you know nothing about, do you? Looking for quads. But this thing, in this case, it will at least level off and start flying back in your general direction. So if you just flew it out of range, for example, either your video feed or your transmitter, it's going to come back in range, and you'll get your goggles back and you'll get your radio back. At that point, it'll go out of fail-safe mode and it'll automatically turn it back over to you. If you've clicked the return to home switch, as soon as you feel like you're ready to fly it again, what you would do is just turn off return to home, and then you'll have control back. Now,
so let me ask you this. So the only way to get like a loiter or whatever would be to have iNav.
iNav, correct. If you won't now, they may put that in beta flight down the road. They keep making it better, but right now they don't. Right now, but think about it this way. Let's suppose you lost your goggles and you never get your goggles back. Okay. But you do have your radio. You can fly the thing. So here comes the quad. It fails. You lost your goggles. You put it in GPS rescue. So you have no goggles. But at that point, you take your goggles off, and you look at it, and you find you find your quad. You'll hear it. Yeah, you'll hear it. You find your quad. It's in stabilized mode. So you make sure you put it in stabilized mode and you fly it back line of sight, or at least if nothing else, you have throttle control. You just start to descend. Yeah, if it's in stabilized mode, it's going to be level. So basically, you're flying it like a Mavic. It's not going to have position hold, but you should be able to handle it well enough line of sight to, if nothing else, just just bring it down and land it
Right.
instead of crash it.
For
those who
Yeah,
have,
you'll see where it is.
Yep.
Okay.
So how you doing, Carlos?
Doing
So
well.
Here would be my next question.
Go for it.
So you have to load iNav onto your flight controller, obviously.
Yes.
And I've seen you go into iNav before, and it's quite an extensive menu system. And it just seems like it would be a big load on the flight controller because it's obviously a more intense program.
It's not. I don't believe it's that much more intense, and it doesn't seem to make any difference to the flight controller.
Okay.
I've run it on. I run it on F4s. I've run it on F7s. They runs fine on an F4. The main workload of a flight controller is going to be the PID loops. The PID and gyro loops, which are going to be the same. You still have to control the motor speeds and all that, and those calculations. The GPS calculations in iNav and run at a much slower frequency. Couple hundred times a second, as opposed to the 8K, 8,000 times a second that your PID loop is running. 4K,
Gotcha.
8K. You've seen those settings, yeah. So no, it doesn't really load it that much more.
That's
Let me stop
cool,
and say
man.
hi to some people that have come in.
Yeah.
We have Bill, Coast to Coast Drones. How you doing? Good to see you. And John Coopy's here. Hi, John. How are you? Who else did I see? Jim, Above and Beyond Drones, is with us.
EMAX.
Thanks for coming in, guys. And Jody's back, I guess.
Minnesota Paul.
Minnesota Paul. Yeah, there you are. How you doing? I wonder if YouTube is going to be working tonight when it comes to I know everybody's been having grief with these chats, making people moderators. Super chats haven't been working.
And I gave you a $30 one. Did you get it? No, never mind. I'm just kidding. It's YouTube's fault.
Yeah.
Night Train.
Night Train. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Well, we got 20 people here. It's not too bad for early Thursday night. So I haven't been doing much flying. How about you, Carlos? You flown all of them yet?
No. I went out today actually and flew my wife's coming in, and flew some of the ones that I fixed, the Freestyle, the Beta 85, the Mobula 6, messing around with those.
Oh, okay. Well, man, you've got quite a fleet of quads now.
Yeah, and since I fixed them, I said, let me put them to use, and I finally unlocked the Freestyle after screwing it up the first time around. So it was nice flying that. But I did want to show you what we talked about, those flights with the jet.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll show
say
you
hi to say hi to Marcel
Robert.
Or Robert. Might be Robert, seeing as his first name is Marcel. How you doing?
I think it's probably.
All right, Carlos, anytime.
Here we go, boss.
There we go. Okay.
So this is first pack, Jap 1,
Oh, you
Marshmallow.
You renamed it. Did I name it Jap 1 or no? That's the way I named it.
Did you?
Okay.
I believe this is
I changed it. You had it named the Jap, I think.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
But this is the Marshmallow one, I believe. Okay.
Yeah, the video looks pretty clean on it. Now, did you say you did get some?
Yeah, watch. It's going to happen pretty quick.
See, I'm looking at 99, 99, 99.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the RSSI.
But what was I going to say? So this is the first time I flew a 4S in a while. 3-inch. It doesn't matter really that much. But that new controller, I was also getting used to. The QX7 in my hand. And the thumb throw. It's coming up pretty soon. Watch. It was kind of weird because it's the RSSI is up.
Yeah, it's up real high.
Watch, it's coming.
How far out were you?
Like
Not
right
too far?
there, right here, yeah.
Right there. That's weird.
Bingo.
I think he was
RX
at 99 when he got it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell caused that. But you didn't lose control of it at all, did you?
Not at that point, not there. All right, so we're at 95. Just
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I have ghosts in that neighborhood though.
I guess.
This is something Carlos and I were talking about last night. So what triggers, what does RX loss actually mean? Does it mean that the receiver has lost signal from the radio? Or does
No,
it mean
well,
the flight controller has lost signal from the receiver itself?
either
Okay.
or. It's not getting a steady stream on the S bus for some reason. There could be a lot of reasons, but
And that's what
it
I
looks
was-
like it looks like the receiver is getting a good signal by the high RSSI. So
Ed said
remember,
maybe
we
a
didn't
loose wire.
yeah, because I didn't do any. See, I didn't redo any
firmware.
of that stuff.
Yeah.
All I did on those quads was change the firmware in the receiver itself and upgrade the firmware on the flight controller and the ESCs. How did you like the way it flew, though? How did it feel to
fine.
you?
Yeah, no, that part was all good. And again, still getting used to it, especially with the new controller. Let me see if it happened again.
Well, it's
This
if you're
particular
only flying the whoops and the Tinyhawks, you get one of these things in your hands and it feels like you just got into a Grand Prix car.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting used to again. I don't think it happened again.
Paul
on this
says
one.
something else on that channel, question mark. That's kind of hard to have interference unless it's a really broad blanket interference on 2.4, because these things use channel hopping, so they're moving all over the place all the time. Marcel says rebind. I think that it may be that the wire from the receiver to the flight controller
That's what I'm thinking.
might be the problem, but it might just be you, Carlos, because when I flew it down here, I didn't have any of those.
I know.
None of them.
That's
So,
that's the weird part.
Carlos
Okay.
and his magnetic personality.
Yeah, that's
or
it.
something. Yeah, but like I say, that's an area on those quads. I didn't touch the flight controllers other than to plug USB ports into them and upgrade the firmware.
Is it playing okay on YouTube? I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, you're at least
yeah,
seeing
it
it?
looks good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm seeing it's not even jumping around. I mean, it's not.
Okay, good.
Normally, when you play a video, it's
I
very
know.
jumpy. This is doing great. Mike's got it. He says the Carlos touch.
Yeah. It happens in this one too. I just don't remember where.
Yeah, Marcel, he's not using the new Radio Master, and that's a good point. If you're using any of the radios with the multi-protocol module, you on 2.4 you should tune. And I showed you guys how to do that one night and tune the module on
Check it out,
that
Mitch.
thing. Yeah,
And it was
Yeah, I
at
saw that,
99 again.
yeah, but you're getting but you're not losing control of the quad. In other words,
Not
it
that time.
comes right back.
Not that time.
So that's really
Is this the one-
strange. Now
there is
a
one where I
possibility.
fail safe in that area too.
There
Sorry.
is a possibility, Carlos, that
I'm listening.
we may have to turn the gyro frequency
See that
down. Yeah. What I want you to do is hook that thing to it may be that
9 just for the record.
we're pushing the processor a little too hard. You know what I mean?
Is that the CPU thing? No.
Yeah, you can because that's an older F4.
Okay, here's a quick question before I continue. And I was mentioning this. This is a XM receiver, right?
Correct.
At 2
XM
antennas.
Plus.
And Bob was
Yeah.
saying that he had an issue with that at 60 RSSI, that he doesn't trust the RSSI. And you're going to see I don't know if it's this one or another video, I actually lose it at 60 and it just drops out of the air.
That's
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is a problem that he has had also. Right, Bob?
And Marcel says he has an XM Plus like that. He just turns off the warnings. Now I don't know if I turn off the warnings.
No, I don't
but,
want warnings. No thanks.
yeah,
I do that in my car. If I hear a noise, I just turn the radio up.
yeah. But
That's when I'm flying a flying blender.
now,
over
did you
something.
have the same? Did you fly the other one?
Yes, you'll see. I'm gonna, if you don't mind me
Did you
boring
have
you
this?
with some of
Did
these-
you have no? That's what we're here for. Did you have the same problem
I
with the
don't
other one?
recall. I don't remember. I think I might have had one RX loss. I don't remember.
Well, you didn't
Look,
have a
you see right
fail-safe.
there? See right there?
Yeah, I see it
I'm
popping
gonna
up,
go-
but
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
I'm
back.
looking at the RSSI, and you
see
shouldn't
it?
have any of that problem. Yeah,
Right.
you shouldn't have any of that problem.
I'm with you, boss.
So it may be you're overloading the processor. So what I want you to do is I want you in your spare time
Mm-hmm.
is hook that up to Betaflight. In the configuration tab, let me hook a little quad here up to Betaflight.
I have a question about that, by the way, Mitch.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say was the fact that he still has RSSI. Wouldn't that mean that his signal wire to his flight controller is fine, or else he wouldn't have RSSI in the first place?
No,
So
the
therefore,
no RSSI is basically happening between the receiver and the transmitter. Yes, the telemetry is being passed to the flight controller through one of the auxiliary channels, but the reading you're going to get if you're having a maybe a little bit of processor overload on the flight controller, that's not going to really affect the reading. You might miss a frame on the reading, but it's not going to change the reading itself.
well, I mean, that was going to be my point, is what you were talking about, the flight controller being overloaded. So that might
Well, here
very
I'm going
well
to show
be
you.
it.
Yeah, but that would the RSSI reading would probably not be affected by that.
Isn't
So
this
what
just
I'm gonna
great?
do-
My problem makes for good channel.
No, this is
good.
one of the things I like to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to connect this up to this little Tinyhawk that I got here. A Tinyhawk 1, my first little Tinyhawk. And I'm going to go into the configuration tab.
I'll answer that question.
And
in a
right
minute,
over
Jim.
here in the configuration tab, you see gyro update frequency and PID loop frequency. Now, on Betaflight 4. I think is it 4.2.2 that we have? I think that's what it is. They have locked this gyro frequency. It's not adjustable anymore. So that'll say 8. But if your PID loop frequency says 8, try turning it down to 4. If it says 4, try turning it down to 2 and see if that doesn't make the problem go away. Okay. That would be my first suggestion. The second suggestion is going to be harder to fix, and that's going to be, do you have a bad wire or a bad solder joint from the receiver? But if it's happening on both quads,
you'll see
both of the identical quads, then it's more than likely a common problem, which might very well have something to do with the new version of Betaflight running on those older controllers. The odds of having two identical problems that aren't related to something that I did that's identical to those quads is
right.
Those odds are pretty astronomical.
Well,
so I would change the PID loop frequency to.
Excuse me. All right, so this is the second one.
Now,
I didn't move the camera forward on this one, did I? Didn't I move the camera forward
on the other one
to get? Yeah.
All right, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It flies. I'm happy. These are bashers.
All right. So one of the things you'll notice though is that this one, when he fail safes, it is far lower RSSI.
Right. Well, I'm looking at the overall RSSI is much lower on this one, which probably means that this receiver is just not as good.
But you mentioned that when you tested it.
The other receiver.
I remember.
Yeah, I noticed that too, but I never got a fail safe out of it.
No, I understand, and I'm really not that far. You got some distance away, even with this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I just didn't have the problem. I mean, it looked like they're flying okay.
They are.
Low batteries.
Is the neighborhood jinxed or something?
No, I don't think so. Or else you'd have problems. You probably have problems with all the Tinyhawks you're flying out there.
It's coming. Hold on.
Yeah, but I don't know if these things are worth spending
wait.
a lot of money on, putting all new
No, I
flight
understand.
controllers and new
Wait,
receivers
this
in them
is-
and everything.
Oh
else.
no, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry, Mitch.
Well, that's
I'm
all
looking-
right. We can see.
This was, you know what, that flight was the flight after the failsafe, just to make sure everything was working okay.
All right, let me get out of this and come back to this. And
Let me ask you this, Mitch. Okay, there's
that one.
places in Betaflight where you set minimum RSSI. Is that
Fail-safe.
just when the warning comes up, or does that
Correct, yeah.
determine when it fails safe?
no, it fail safe. You don't have any control over when it fail safes. I don't believe. Now I may be wrong, but I think all those things that you said have to do with warnings, like low battery warning,
Gotcha.
low SSR warning, and all those things. Yeah.
Every quad.
Mike says
will
that
fly is
any
worth
quad
it.
is worth a receiver. Yeah, receivers are cheap, but it may not be. It may not be the receiver. You know, that may not be what the problem is. Anyway, Here you go.
This is number 2.
But I mean, it looked like they're flying pretty good.
They are. When they're up in the air, they do what they got to do.
See, here's another thing too. I think that sometimes a bird just has a brain fart, and
Yeah, but 2 birds, 2 farts, same thing.
no,
Yeah,
but what I mean by that is I've had a bird fail safe on me, and then the same bird, pretty much at the same altitude, the same distance, the same crap between me and it, and was fine. So that's all I'm saying, you know.
All right, Mitch,
that
pay attention. No more clicking.
RX plus.
You ready?
Yeah, I see it. I saw it.
Oh, you did
So
see
is
it?
this where it fail safed?
No, that's the loss right there.
Yeah, but
It's
you
gonna
still
actually-
at 60,
no, it's gonna
even at
actually-
60
It's going to fall down, actually. You'll see. I think
Okay,
this
you're
one
at
has falls.
68 RSSI. Yeah.
I blame Ed.
I think it's probably his fault.
Oh, of course it is.
Michael Blade, how you doing, buddy? Bob, Drone Days, good to see you.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Here it comes. I believe it's right here. Boink. All right, let's go back to the videotape.
I thought that was some interesting warnings in there, by the way, Mitch. It looked like it was trying to rearm, but then it said throttle. Of course, we don't know what Carlos was doing with the switches.
All right, so we
Well,
see
I
60
think, I'll tell you.
right there, right?
Yeah, but it looks like it disarmed.
Well, I didn't have anything to do with that part.
No, but it did because it's
No, I
showing
know.
you. It showed you the black box statistics.
RX
So,
lost, then down. And
how
then
was your
bad
battery
RX.
was good.
Did you see bad
Yeah,
RX?
what I would do, Carlos, on those is I would go in
What does that mean?
lower the PID loop frequency, and if that doesn't solve the problem,
Whatever it is, cut it in half, you said, right? That's what I noticed.
yeah, just cut it in half. And if that doesn't solve the problem on that flight controller, you know, there have been some people having certain problems with this new version of Betaflight. So if that's the case, what we'll probably do is back it to the previous version,
Got it.
4.1 point something, and hopefully that'll solve it. So just
All right, so
see if
bad RX, what is that? Same thing? All the same?
yeah, I it's hard to say what's causing the different errors.
Okay, and then you'll see a throttle at the end. That one.
Well,
I think what Ed said is that it was, if I would have hit the arm switch, it might have armed again.
Yeah, but you
the
probably
throttle
had
wasn't up.
but
It
your
was
throttle
armed
wasn't
there.
up. Yeah, if your throttle, that was telling you, what that throttle warning was telling you right there is that you probably tried to arm, but your throttle wasn't in low position.
No, I didn't.
No?
No.
Okay.
I was like, ah.
All right, try reducing the PID loop, and if that doesn't fix it with those things, we'll back it to a slightly older version of because those are fairly old flight controllers in that thing, and it may be there's something about those flight controllers that aren't getting along with this new highfalutin version of Betaflight. Because on the other quads, with the ones that I put the new controllers in for you,
Right.
Here's the
Excuse me.
here's the your Acrobrat flight, right here. There we go. So this is your Acrobrat flight, and you probably noticed that the video itself
Nice and clean. Actually.
looks better.
It's clean, yeah.
Come on, let's go. What are we waiting for? There it goes.
Yep.
Now, I wasn't flying as aggressively as you were. I was just basically testing to see if I could get any prop wash oscillations or anything like that.
Get away! No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but that thing flew. I mean, the thing flew beautifully.
This one always flew nice. The only problem with this one basically was the crapped out the motor, ESC rather. But this one was always pretty decent flyer.
Let's. Speaking of beautifully, let's bring in our boy.
Dan the man.
Did I make it to Drone Brews? Is this the Drone Brews show? Oh no, this is
this is Mitch the drone reviewer.
That's right. I knew I made it to the right show. Good, I didn't end up in the wrong room here.
And you're Dan the drone reviewer. Dan. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good, man. Anybody else popping a top with me here?
You actually look good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Water.
Good.
Water.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
I'm with you, buddy.
In my
So look at the RSSI in this car. We're still running 90 in the 90s, high 80s. Yeah. And,
this is the next one I'm taking up.
Well, yeah, because I thought that these would be
They are, but I just
they have
between
new
work and
flight
timing.
controllers. They fly great. No warning messages. Nothing.
Yeah,
so
no
of course
work.
you'll probably get all kinds of crap.
No. Work and timing just didn't allow me. The other ones
Will
I took.
be.
I remember I wanted to get used to that controller.
Yeah,
I
but
want to make sure that I'm feeling good with that.
They fly nice and pretty smooth. You see in those when I make those hard turns, you don't get any jittering or jerking around or bouncing around.
This one has OSD, right? I can change that channel.
Yeah. See, it says F3 200.
Right.
So you can use your
And this one only goes up to 2. It goes up to 3.
3. It'll go up to 350.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's in there.
Cool.
It's in there at 350. Yeah. So.
All right. You want to see another failsafe? Or not really?
Sure. Who else we got here? Oh, look who else is here. All right. Well, let me bring in my next guest. Well, I have to turn my sound effects back on for this guy.
Uh-oh. Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Hi,
How's everybody doing? Dan, good to see you. You're looking good.
Evening.
Love the haircut.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Carlos, good to see you. Ed, how you doing, man? Mitch. Hey,
Mitch
good
and
to
Ed
see
probably appreciate this the most.
you. Yeah.
Dan the man.
Yeah.
You're looking svelte, Dan. You look
Thank
good.
you.
Svelte.
Yeah.
Svelte is a Yiddish word. Do you speak Yiddish, Dan?
I do not. I guess
No,
I
svelte-
learned something today.
Svelte
Dapper.
means thin. Means thin.
I like that. That's good. I'm going to
Yeah,
use
it
that.
Actually, that shirt looks too big for you, but I like the color.
The what?
I like the color, but the shirt looks too big for you.
Believe it or not, I bought a whole new wardrobe. This is part of it. This is 3X. So if this is still too big, then I guess I'm a 2X.
Yeah,
I went from
Wow.
a 4 to a 2. And I don't know.
Cool.
that's cool.
Whatever.
You look
Well, how
good.
you
look
feeling?
good.
But how you feeling? That's the most important thing.
Oh God, how do I feel? I'm still in a variable amount of pain in different areas. I'm definitely not out of the woods on this yet. There's a lot more to go, so we'll see.
Yeah, but you're on the downhill slide, ain't you, brother?
I don't know about that. We've solved maybe one problem, but that doesn't cure the other problems I was still having already. So we'll see.
Well,
There's time. Time will tell, man, what this is going to heal. So.
I don't know, Dan, if I would handle all that shit as gracefully as you do.
No, I
Hey.
agree.
You know what, man? I can go through life sour and pouty about everything, or I can just have fun and enjoy myself and just take it as it comes, right? What is it going to get me if I'm upset about it?
Well,
No.
it's easy to sometimes it's easy to say, but I mean, I
do.
can't even. I couldn't even get through 15 minutes of that presidential debate without my blood pressure going to 400 and I shut the damn thing off. You know.
You know what? I don't care what side you're on. I think it would be hilarious if they had to wear shot collars, and then if they talked out of term,
Yeah.
we get to zap them and see who the first repeat offender
Been
would
good.
be.
Yep.
I think that would
don't-
be just amazing.
I
don't
think the
think
mute
we're
button
ready
should have
for
been
that.
used. A lot of mute button.
But
Fortunately for me, I was drinking a lot of whiskey and Coke.
Ooh, my favorite drink, sir.
yeah,
you.
good. All right, Carlos, what do we got here, buddy?
Another RX loss. This one happens pretty quick.
Okay, I think the problem is common to the two quads. Okay, and I still think it has to do with either a PID loop frequency too fast or something seems to be. I think something is dragging the processor down on those old F4 boards that you got in there.
Right.
So lower the PID loop. I think I have them set to either 8K or 4K. When you install the new version of Betaflight, it kind of defaults to the high PID loop frequency, and you don't need 8K, not on something like this.
Are those
I'm
really
glad
the
to-
visuals, man?
What are we talking about?
The power lines going through there? Is that really the visuals?
Yeah,
that you see?
that's the worst of the two. You know, he
Holy
sent me a bunch
mackerel.
of quads to fix, and this had a lot of video noise in it, so that needs more filtering. But he had some beautiful quads, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time or his money fixing the worst of the five. We got it, where it at least
These are
fly.
bashers, Dan.
Yeah,
they're basher
Well,
quads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these visuals are great for open fields. I don't know how many gaps I'd be trying to hit with that kind of stuff looking like that.
Oh,
when I
did
flew it, I told you that I said one of them really has a good clean video feed. The others just got noisy power, and again, that's going to be a function.
That was a
I don't
little
think
scary
there's a
because I was just about
I see that.
that little whoop,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit, look what's in front of me. Anyway,
But I think
60
Yeah.
something when it started.
go ahead and lower the PID loop frequency. See if that fixes it. Just do it on one of them. See if it fixes it. If it doesn't fix it, I think we ought to drop back to a version of Betaflight, maybe even 3.5.
This is where I blame Ed because he always tells me, "Go around the tree, go around the tree." And look what happened. You see what happened? I freaking dropped.
Well, and you have those TBS. You have those old TBS video VTXs in there, which I really wasn't all that enamored with, to tell you the truth.
Look, Ed. Look, I want you to see it step by step. All
I
for
know,
you.
but
All
that's
for
Carlos is-
you.
Sick, man.
Carlos is one of these guys that just likes to rewind the car crashes. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
Whoops,
absolutely.
what did I do? All right, there we go.
Oh, there we go. No. Now he's
Yeah, well, Ed's
That's pretty much it.
Ed's a professional peer pressurist, I've learned, man.
Ed's
And
at
go
least
through your
wearing a-
comments when you fly with Ed, because Ed will tell you to do some crazy stuff.
Oh, he always
Well,
pushes people to
That's
do
why he's a
something.
lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time I want him to do go over, like, what does he say? He goes, open the tree gap, but go sideways.
Knife edge it.
And then the other one is when you're chasing a car, he goes, go next to the car, but then face the passenger and keep going forward. Oh, yeah, oh, I got it all down with a car that you got to.
Marcel seems to think that he says it sounds more like a radio problem, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that I think that the radio is fine. I flew all 5 quads with that radio down here. I didn't have the problem, but I wasn't whipping it around like I wasn't working it nearly as hard as Carlos was
No,
flying.
but I can't
That's why I
imagine.
want to see you take. I want to see you take the Acrobat out
Okay.
and see.
All right, let me
and
ask
see.
you this, Mitch. Okay, I got another question for you. Also in Betaflight, there is a place where it's in failsafe, and there's like you can set the time. There's like a time frame to how long it cannot have a signal before it fails safe.
But he's not. It's never getting it. It's not. It only got into failsafe once. He's getting little blips of RX loss, but it's not failsafe.
Oh, I thought I saw it fail safe twice.
Well, I thought I saw a failsafe behind the tree too. Wasn't that the whole reason it fell?
Well, that's possible, but
All right,
I think that it's
I
a
didn't see
different.
the
I think
actual
it's a
word, Phil.
different problem than that. And again, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on those two quads, Carlos.
Just for the
because
record,
we
I'm
didn't
not blaming.
replace-
I'm not.
I know.
No, I
I
want,
know.
but I
Don't
want to.
get-
But I want
Just so you know,
But,
I am happy and good. Just for the record.
well, keep in mind, you didn't spend not 10 cents on those quads, and
if
on
anything,
those
you
two, we
spend more
just
time.
basically
I
tried to
appreciate it. Yeah. I'm good.
tune them
I'm
up
good.
for you.
Hello to Mr. Gary.
But the
Hopper.
other.
That just
The
joined
other
me.
three quads all have brand new flight controllers
Right.
in them, and
One even has an ESP,
and
right?
cameras and all kinds of video transmitters, and one of them has the Schizo has brand new motors in it, and
Yeah.
so those
No, I'm
things
going to do
hopefully
those with Drone Bum on Sunday if all goes well. The big one.
and
I'd like them to be around.
and if there is a problem with the same thing happening on those. Now, keep in mind, you have an RSXR receiver in the Chameleon.
That should be an
All
issue.
the other ones have the same XM plus,
Right.
but I'll be curious when you fly the Acrobrat. Shouldn't have any problems because it's got a much newer flight control, brand new flight controller.
Mhm.
It very well may be that, and I've seen some ramblings of people having problems with the new 4.2.2 beta flight. And it may be on some older flight controllers, even on some newer ones I saw. So either if turning the PID loop down doesn't fix it, then we'll try to back it down to a previous version of beta flight. Give you a little practice in flashing beta flight on these things.
That's cool.
That'd be an adventure for you.
Drone Worship,
Agent K,
Agent
how
K.
you doing?
You wrote your
I
little-
saw that. I
Okay.
saw that.
Skinny vlogger. Yeah.
What's wrong with the chubby vlogger, man?
You're not
Nitrate
chubby
is
anymore.
saying
You
it's
got to be
brownouts.
chubby to be chubby blogger.
I am chubby still. Come on, man. I still got a ways to go
Yeah,
here.
but you're
All right,
less chubby than you were.
I'm 278, bro. I could still lose.
Well, you're
I'll
not
tell you,
378.
Still be
I'll
happy.
tell
You're
you.
not,
you can
you're not
definitely-
378.
This
That's
is
the
true.
good
I'm not
news.
almost 400 pounds
Yeah.
anymore. I agree with that.
How tall
Gary
are you?
Haupt, how you doing? Say hi to Gary Haupt. He's
Yes,
in
that's
here.
it, Gary
Agent
Haupt,
K
yeah.
is here.
How tall are
Saying
you,
hi to
Drone
everybody.
Worship?
I am 5'11".
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know you were that tall.
Yeah, that's fairly tall.
Yeah.
You should be less than you weigh, though.
I
And
don't
I see-
disagree, man. I'm almost at high school weight. Even when I was in high school, I was 250. So I don't think I'll go much below 250, honestly.
Well, look, some people in the first electrical contractor I worked for, he was like, "Man, I've gotten lower, but I do best at 220. That's just
Mhm.
where I feel best." And
Yeah.
everybody has their perfect weight, no doubt.
I think I'm between 230, 250. That's my happy median. And you also don't want to get too small once you've been too large. You get too small, then you have a
Absolutely.
lot of extra
No, that's
skin.
what
to
I
deal with.
mean. It's
Yeah.
just certain people are
Yeah, you
meant
get
to
that,
be
that
different
flab under
Mhm.
that grandma flab. Boy.
I don't have any of that yet.
Smack
So
the grandkids with that. Go.
I can still lose weight. We're still good, man. Still pulling tight.
Little by little.
There you go.
A pound a week, even 2 pounds
Actually,
a
I'm
month.
probably more like 2.5 pounds a week, man. Still losing
Wow.
pretty quick here.
Good.
So
I have no problem finding the weight that I lose, unfortunately.
Well, again, and that extra weight, man, puts pressure on everything. Puts pressure on your
Yep.
knees, your ankles,
Yep.
your innards.
Yeah.
You know what I
Your
mean?
heart,
Yeah.
your lungs. Yep.
I
Wow,
feel like
you see that?
Spank needs his own screen, man. I feel like Spank just in the background hovering isn't good enough. I feel like I
Nice.
want him to have his own window.
Well,
Wow.
Mr. Drone
we
Worship.
do have this. We have this.
Nah.
And
That
I
must smell back
peek,
there, right?
I can peek around them,
Yeah.
like that.
Well, as long as you're not doing a reach around, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So Dan,
I mean, I can do all kinds of things with
Dan
with old
Gary
Spank.
Hop said that he was once 425 and now he's 250. So
I
you
saw that.
you
Yeah,
can do it too.
awesome, brother. Good for you, man. That's
How about
hell
this?
yeah.
How about if I put Spank up there?
Right on your shoulder like a
Oh,
parrot.
bless you.
Yeah, there you go. He's
Oh,
just
my.
kind of floating in midair,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Who's this
somebody
sneeze
needs to
machine in the
increase.
background?
The wife.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Tell her bless you.
Yeah. Years ago, I worked with the comedian that weighed over 500 pounds. And he got so big, what they would do is he would lie down on the stage and they put a sheet over him. And when it was time for him to perform, they just pulled the sheet off after the comic before him. And because he got so big, he just couldn't get up on the stage.
Wow.
Yeah. His
That's
name was
crazy.
Ollie Joe Prater. Funny.
I've seen him. I know him.
Oh,
I know the
okay.
guy. He's
Yeah.
the guy. He's the guy. He had the funniest line I've ever heard one night. He says, and he had a southern accent.
Yep.
He said, I'm on a diet. He says, I'm on 2 diets, actually. One diet just doesn't give me enough to eat.
Yep. That sounds like
That's
Ollie.
him. Yeah, I remember him. That was one of my favorite lines. God, I'll never forget that.
That
One
bag.
diet just doesn't give me enough to eat.
He passed away years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
That's
how
probably
about,
because he was doing 2 diets at one time.
there you go. And then
He was
there's
funny.
who was Ralphie May passed away.
Ralphie May, yeah.
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 All those guys, John Candy and
John Candy.
Chris
Chris
Farley,
Farley.
bro.
Chris Farley. Chris Farley was my favorite, man.
That
He
dude was
had
so
that weight, but
gnarly.
that guy was so athletic. He
Yeah.
was so athletic.
Yeah.
Carrying it, the shit he would do carrying that kind of weight around was unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Wait,
I
athletic?
loved him when he did the Chippendales. bit
Chippendales
with,
dance off with
Oh,
Kevin,
God, yeah,
Patrick
with
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
God,
funny,
that was
man.
fun.
When he was doing the reverse worm, I was like, what?
The guy from the King of Queens. The guy from the King of Queens is kind of heavy set. And he's
Yeah,
pretty
Kevin-
well. He was around pretty well.
Kevin
James.
James,
Kevin
yeah.
James.
Do you
Kevin
guys,
James, yeah.
you guys watch his YouTube channel? He is hilarious. If you've never seen Kevin James' YouTube channel, he has a whole group of well, now it's like a series of videos called The Sound Guy. It is absolutely hilarious. He superimposes himself into movies, and then he acts like he's the sound guy for the scene.
Yeah, I
that's
think
taking
I've seen
place.
some.
It is just absolute, just
I'll have to watch that. I've seen it, but I never
is
watched any of
gold.
them.
Just gold. He's probably the best YouTuber. And this is what YouTube was created for. Kevin James owns YouTube. That's how I feel like. That guy right now is just killing it with his YouTube channel. He's way better than Will Smith. Everybody keeps talking about Will Smith. Kevin James is just by far surpassing Will Smith. So,
All
Now,
right,
I
back to
worked
drone
with Louis
questions
Anderson
after art.
once.
Go ahead,
And
I've never heard of Kevin James. I'm kind of like out of the loop
the
on
King
that.
of Queens.
King of Queens. The
Yeah,
guy
King of
that
Queens,
he's
man.
a UPS driver, supposedly.
Yeah.
he's the guy that can do the
You'd
burp
recognize
snort.
him. If
Oh,
you
that's
saw him, you'd recognize him.
Guy?
Mobile mall cop. He did. He did. Married. He had to be married to Adam Sandler. What was that one called?
Chuck and Larry, I do.
Yeah, Chuck and Larry. That was actually funny.
It was
Did you ever
funny.
see that, Mitch? Chuck and Larry?
Probably.
Oh, you got to see that one. All right,
It
back
was
to
good.
drones real quick. So, Mitch, what
Yeah.
antennas can you buy on Amazon? Because I asked about antennas, and Mr. Minnesota Paul mentioned Axel, but I don't see Axel on Amazon.
Axii, AXII. Luminaire makes it.
AXII?
Yeah.
Of course.
They're expensive, though. They're not the cheapest antennas, that's for sure.
Are they good?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
Luminaire doing double pagoda antennas?
Yeah,
now?
I
Like
saw
one
that.
In, one
I
in the
saw
middle,
that.
one on top. That's a really weird setup.
I saw that. Hang on a second here.
E-Drone. I think E-Drone 09 or E-Drone. I think that's his channel still. E-Drone 09. Eric. I think he's still testing those.
I got this this little pair of Luminaire Axes for goggles. One of them is
Nice.
a little patch. One of them's a patch, and this one is a little pagoda. But these are great little antennas. But I think they were like $40 for this little two stupid antennas. Yeah.
Yeah, but how about for the quad though? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, any antenna that you can use. I use this. I threw this on your quads when I tested them. An antenna can be used either to transmit or receive. It doesn't matter.
Right, just make sure the polarization is correct, man. Right or left?
Well, yeah. You want to make sure that if you have a right hand or a right hand on your goggles, that you're using a right hand on your your quad.
So then I can just put those Menace ones on.
Yeah, all I have are right hands, except for the DJI. The DJI goggles the DJI system uses left hand for some reason.
Is taller better on the quad?
Other than
not necessarily.
I don't think so, man, because I've seen stubbies do just as good as tall boys.
This thing here, the best thing about this is that when you fly behind yourself, it's up over your head, and in that case, it does help.
I think a lot of it depends on VTX power, honestly.
Well, of course it does.
Right,
so you've been doing any flying?
Said yes to what? I'm not sure what he said.
I just went out 4 hours ago and took a rip and posted my footage, man.
How's the weather over there?
It's actually it went from windy this morning to not windy. Even though it was cloudy when I flew, it's still not windy now, so we're good. Yeah, it's all right, dude. It's 77 degrees right now. It's pretty nice. It's getting a lot better.
Yeah, how about the first cool morning? Yesterday morning, we walked outside, felt that cool air. God, I love that.
57 degrees yesterday morning.
That's perfect.
Hey, Brent Nunley, how you doing, buddy? Brent stopped by. He's come and gone, it looks like. Say
and
hi.
To hit the like button on the way out.
Brent, good to see you, buddy. Night Train, you're always in here. Love you.
Yeah, he leaves to go do his own thing around 7.
Yeah, Mike can't get off of my thing I'm growing under my chin. He wants to know when I'm feeding it, everything.
I thought that was a shadow. I didn't even notice. You gotta.
I mean, you shaved your head. You're growing a beard.
Be a little bit longer.
You're trying to look like your Uncle Mitch. You shave your head. You're growing a beard. You know.
I'm in, man. I'm in. Get all of it. It's I don't know if it's quite even. I keep shaving.
No, your left side needs to be shorter.
Calm down, and that's because of my eye. I told you guys my right eye had that problem. Same thing happens when I shoot pool.
All right,
when I look in a mirror, you'll always notice one eye actually settles higher than the other one.
Well, that's everybody. Yeah.
Well, no, you can really see it's really pronounced, man. One eye always has a little bit in it.
Okay, so, we got T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I'm not nearly as bad as Ed. Ed has an eye that settles a little off center, and we love Ed. And it's more fun when he drinks because the eye kind of does its own thing. But my eye used to do that, Ed. So I know exactly what you go through, buddy.
We got a new hashtag. We developed a new hashtag for Ed yesterday. You know how?
Did we?
Yeah, I did. You know how Mel's got,
are you looking at me?
No, Mel's got fly safe. Mel has got fly legal, fly safe. Well, for Ed, it's fly lit.
Oh, he looks like
Jack.
Can force it.
You can force it.
Fly lit. Fly lit. Hashtag fly lit.
Hello, Chris Hope.
Hey,
Ed,
Chris.
Ed is just fine the way he is.
We love Ed, man.
Oh yeah, how can you not?
We do love it.
I like everything about it.
And look at this. He dressed up for the occasion tonight, man. He's got his tropical. Shirt on, man.
Slacking.
I'm gonna join in here.
Let's take a look at that. Look at that, man. That is all right. That's it, man. That's the same shirt I'm wearing, only in blue. Look, my shirt's got a little different, but it's got the same bright flowers on it. Oh, Dan's going to get his tropical shirt on. Yeah.
It's a Hawaiian flower, man.
We need Carlos to get. And Art, you have some tropical shirts.
I'll go to a thrift shop once, but I can't actually spend money on a shirt like that in good conscience.
Oh, man. Hey, there's Mike Kelly. How you doing, Mike?
Hey,
good to see you, buddy.
What's going on, buddy?
How you doing? Let's see if I can't make us all a little bigger. We'll cut off some of the side, but we'll be a little bigger. There you are.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
Where is Mike Kelly
How's
residing?
everybody doing?
Doing
well.
good, buddy. How you doing?
Where are you from, Mike Kelly? Where do you live?
He's in
I'm
New
from
York.
Arizona.
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 That's not Ray Kelly. That's Mike Kelly.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
cousin.
They
Can't
accuse
tell.
us of being related.
Are you related to Ray?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, there's a few
Ray,
Kellys around.
Ray
There's more than
Kelly's
one or two
mother
of
and
you
Mike
guys.
Kelly's mother are mothers. That's it.
They're both mothers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the relationship. Mike Kelly fly much? See a drone pilot, Mr. Mike Kelly.
Yeah, he's a copper
Yes, they fly.
state.
Copper State
Museum.
area.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is one and the
Yeah.
same. I got you. All right.
Almost
I'm
said
sorry.
copper tone.
What do I know? Names and channels. It's too much to remember. Anyway, you know Chris Hope joined us, right, Mitch?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. I
Okay.
saw that. I'm keeping an eye on the green room here because
Yeah.
I'm up to 6
Yeah,
now.
I saw Chris last Saturday.
Is he giant?
Fun.
Can't find
Oh,
my
sure.
shirt.
I mean, he must be
Okay,
really
that's
giant
all right.
compared. No Hawaiian
But I
shirt,
like
huh?
that. I like the short hair. I like the bald look on you, man. You know, it is
Yeah,
a good
I know.
look. It is. It is. It's a good look.
Hey.
You can, do the Walter White thing. Do the Walter White thing and just shave it with shaving cream and a
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go all the way. I got some
No, that looks
creases.
good. It looks good.
Got some creases in my head.
It gives you character, man.
Ah,
Well, you could be like that guy on Hawaii 5-0 that sells stuff out of that van on the beach.
yeah. Well, I don't think I've ever
That
seen
guy's got
an
the
actual
weirdest
episode of that.
looking head. What the hell is that on the back of his neck? What?
See, now I got to look
I don't.
that up.
I'm lost.
All these
with that
things he
one, Art.
notices.
Oh, on Hawaii 5-0, the new
The
one.
new one? I've only seen the
Yeah,
old
I haven't
one,
watched that.
and I didn't even like the old ones.
They had a character that he sells food out of a van, one of those food trucks, and he's down on
Oh, okay.
the beach there, and he's bald and he's got a weird shaped head. Oh,
Wow. Thanks, man.
That's
Googly
scary. That's
eyes.
scary, man. That is scary.
It was like one up, one down.
Yeah.
yeah, there.
Holy cow. Chris Hope says Danny.
Danny boy. No,
Gary Help says shrimp.
Oh, Danny.
Shrimp. Yeah, that's right.
Wax
he
it.
always
Oh,
had
Gary. I don't know about
Gourmet
wax it,
shrimp
though.
dinners that he sold
Oh,
out of
okay.
his truck there.
Oh, I think I did see that. The shrimp rings a bell.
Hmm.
Who y'all calling a shrimp?
Somebody on the show.
Not me.
I can't find him, Art. I'm looking. I can't find him.
All right, you got to find them for Dan's sake.
Yeah, now I gotta see this guy. The only guy that keeps popping up when I type Hawaii 5-0 bald beach guy is Ezekiel Kamakakawe Kaua Ua.
I think that's him.
That's easy for you to say, man.
Yeah.
No, that's Izzy. You guys know him. He's the somewhere over the rainbow. That dude.
That's him?
Big,
Oh,
huge
okay.
guy.
That's him?
That's definitely
Oh
not
no,
the guy.
that's his cousin or brother or something.
No,
I
that's
don't
a
know how
different
to
guy.
pronounce that
The guy
name.
that sings.
That guy has
and,
long hair. The
Yeah,
one you're talking about.
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, the one.
Well, he's also dead. So.
He looks like a sumo wrestler. Is
yeah,
he dead?
Most
Yeah, he's
people
been dead a
around
while,
the
man.
Wizard of Oz are
Oh,
dead.
yeah.
I don't know anybody can pronounce his name for real though. Kamakawakawa.
Yeah, that guy-
Jeez.
Wait,
Man, you faked it really good. You had me going. I thought that was legit.
Yeah, I'll
Oh, it's Schizo.
Oh,
Let's see
There's your
Schizo.
there's your
Hi.
schizo guy.
Tyler Willie.
This
What
one
is
should
it?
go forever.
Or Taylor
5-inch
Willie.
Schizo.
Taylor Willie.
That's your schizo.
Man,
With the rush tank
I need
VTX
to
in it.
go hang out with you for a few days and fly
No,
to big
that's
field.
not great
like that.
video, Mitch.
Doesn't it have a nice looking video? Yeah, and that's not even the one with the new camera. But that was at 500 milliwatts, Carlos, and that'll
Right.
go up to 800.
That's cool.
What's
Okay.
the TV?
All right, I found Found a picture of him. Okay, here we go.
I'm curious,
I gotta
Mitch,
share this.
why F3? It's just something you
That's
find.
just my channel. I picked
Okay.
that channel
All
a
right.
while ago, and I just stick to it. That way, I don't have to tune everything. Everything I got is on channel F3. Seems to work fine. So
Now,
why
Ed
not?
and I, no, I understand, but now Ed and I have discussed like certain places could possibly have better channels than others. Have you ever experimented?
Oh
or-
yeah. There may even be a better channel where I'm flying, but it's just good
Right.
enough.
I hear you,
And
but it looks
I
great.
like to fly. I like to fly the digital stuff where I don't have to worry about all that crap.
Taylor
Excuse me.
Wiley, Willie, Taylor Willie. He's 500 pounds. Well, thank you for that, Art.
And what are you doing? Down to 3.6 or 3.7 on the voltage?
I'm the 3.5 per cell
3.5.
generally. Yeah, here let me.
That looks
Let me
good,
go
right,
ahead
Ed?
and do.
He's a UFC fighter too.
No,
Get
it's
out
got
of
great videos.
Yeah, I think he is
There
a
ain't
fighter.
nothing around him, but where are you
And I'll
at?
tell you what, it gets up in scats too. I
Oh, yeah.
wasn't really flying it all that aggressively, but it's a fun flies great. No oscillations whatsoever.
So is that you're out there in the middle of the field right there?
To the
I'm
left.
over there, yeah, in the car where the cars are parked.
Well, the white car.
Yeah, the white car is mine, and Pete Nunez was there. He had the minivan, I think it was.
Okay, so you and Pete are together then.
Yeah, well, we're not together, but we were.
Well,
We did actually meet up on that particular day.
We're
Yeah,
together, no homo.
You out wrong.
we're together separately.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
You fly together, in other words.
Yeah, that we do. That we do. But
Certain
yeah, there we
channels
go.
have better power.
That was a
Perfect. And
nice,
you never
nice
really
flight.
did. You never recorded the chameleon flight, right? The 600.
No, I forgot to hit the
Dirty
record
rat.
button.
What a noob.
Dummy. Yeah, and I
All
didn't
right.
even realize it till I got home, and it wasn't. If I'd have realized it, I would have flown another flight with it. But I didn't. I didn't realize it when I was there. I just
Mitch? How come none of us have names?
We don't need them. We know
Well,
who you
because
are.
because I turned that particular feature off.
Oh,
We
I
know
just realized that. That makes it
Yeah,
hard for new people to find your channels.
Okay, well we can just as easily turn them on. There you
Oh,
go.
Oh,
How's
look at
that?
this. There you go.
Well, everybody
That's
will
fine.
find my channel by the name Ed.
Ed. Well, you're probably the only guy on YouTube named Ed, right?
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
You know what? Just for a sake, dude, I'm gonna type Ed and see what pops up.
Oh, Lord knows what you'll get.
you type
find
Ed. You type Ed in Google, you're going to get 5,000 advertisements for ED
Yes,
medication.
exactly.
Actually, the
Erectile
first thing that pops up
dysfunction.
is Ed Sheeran. All Ed Sheeran. Type Ed and you just get Ed
what
Sheeran.
comes up first, actually, is
Wow.
erectile dysfunction.
Where'd Mike Kelly go?
Where'd Mike Kelly just roll off to?
I don't know. He was having a hard time. I think he was talking and none of us heard anything he was saying.
He was talking. I wasn't hearing him. Yeah, Mr. Dan.
Bill.
Somebody asked how many pounds you lost.
Bill, the answer to that is 122 pounds.
Nice.
Wow.
I have a question for Mitch and or Minnesota Paul. He says certain channels have better power too. How would you determine that? Frequency?
Well, equipment. For example, you may have a particular antenna on a transmitter that just so happens the standing wave ratio is much lower on a certain frequency. So when you get closer to that frequency, your signal gets better. But then you could take an entirely different antenna and put it on and it fine tuned to yet a different frequency. So that's kind of just trial and error, I think.
Hey, Bill's here. Coast to Coast Drones.
Yeah, he's been here for a while.
Art.
Been here for a while. Coming and going. Yeah, and I guess Mike is live now. So
Who's Mike?
Night Train.
Mike Kelly.
Oh.
Night Train, not
Hey.
Mike. Oh,
So here's the deal, and I am a firm believer in this. I mean, I took electronics school years ago. I'm an electrician now. And I just know that because of tolerances and stuff, and also geographical location, there are certain frequencies that are going to work better for other
Yeah. Say something, Mike.
Yep.
Something.
I had to, sorry, Ed, I don't mean to cut you off there. But my other computer, I was trying to do the webcam through my phone, and the lag was so bad, and I don't think you guys were hearing me, and it just
No, we
No,
weren't
no,
hearing
we
you at
weren't
all.
hearing
it just crapped out completely. So I was like, all right, going straight to the computer, forget the cell phone thing.
There you go. Good.
Yeah,
on.
you're much better. You're much better now.
There we go.
Good.
No
Ed,
lag.
Okay.
Or Ed or Dan,
Nope.
can you watch
Yep.
the chat for me while I take a 30-second or 1 minute break, please?
Yeah, go right ahead.
No,
Watch the chat from Mr. Mitch.
I'm keeping an eye on it tonight because I'm not really doing much of anything here. Not doing, this is
Yeah,
This is not
you've
the
actually
workshop.
kept a better watch on the chat than I have.
well, this is the conversation show. This really isn't the technical show,
yeah. That's
Oh,
Sunday.
there's the other Kelly. Ray
There's
Kelly.
Ray
is-
Kelly.
All right, now hold on.
How you doing?
I was intrigued by what Ed was about to say about being an electrician. So Ed,
Okay,
back
Ed?
to it.
you're on, Ed.
Well, I mean, I was just going to say I took electronics school at first, and I know that there are tolerances and everything, and some BTXs, some goggles or whatever, antennas are just going to naturally pick up a specific frequency and band better than others. That's all.
All right, back in your box then. Hold
But
on. We have
Good
the technology.
antennas are very important because that's how you're transmitting your signal, That's how you send and how you receive. So they need to
Right.
match. The closer they match, the better.
Right, and the optimum thing would be if you had a standing wave, an SWR meter, and you could actually tune the individual antenna to the exact
Wow.
frequency that you were using.
Like
But
a CB.
that's just not something people are doing. So it may be that there is a frequency that you seem to get a much better signal on than another frequency, and it's just the luck of the draw of the antennas and the exact length of the antennas that you picked.
I would like to say Rick just popped into the chat. Hello, Rick. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're
Oh,
feeling
Rick
good.
Halber. Hey, Rick, how you doing,
Hey,
buddy?
Rick.
Good to see you. How you feeling, man?
I think he's home now, and he got his cast off. I think if I remember correctly, that's what's
Oh,
happening.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Good for him, man.
Very good. Thank you.
I
Dan,
flew
noticing that.
some Rick Halber packs yesterday that he sent to me
Feeling
when I
okay.
did
Good.
my live yesterday. So.
Oh,
That's
cool.
great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Good,
was
Rick.
watching. That's right. I was on with you for a little while yesterday.
Yes,
on your
you
live
were.
stream. Yeah,
I thank you
that's
for
always
being-
that's always fun.
Mm.
Next time I come on, if I can't fly outside, I'll at least fly indoors if nothing else.
Yeah, you do a great job flying in the house, Mitch.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun,
Brant,
but it gets old after a little while. Oh,
Thank you,
look at
Yeah,
this.
but we push you to do stuff you wouldn't do before.
Copper State. Good to see you,
Yeah,
Ray Kelly.
That's
All right,
Mike Kelly.
you guys can go
That's
ahead.
me. Oh,
Oh,
hey, that wasn't me for once not falling out.
Oh, hey, there's
Hey.
Chris. Hey,
Hey,
Chris,
Weird
oh.
Beard.
We
Yeah,
booted Mitch out. How you like that?
we did.
We got
Good
the
to
owner
see you.
gone. Who said it couldn't be done?
Quick, take it over.
Take it over. Hey, you Mike. Ed.
Good, Chris. Yourself?
Chris.
How was spin down?
Spin down was fun. Just too dead gum windy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was windy. Yep.
It blew my
I
hair
tried
off.
to make it there. Yeah, this whole COVID stuff just didn't make it.
Right. No.
I got to remember that one, Chris.
Yeah. You got your blew off yesterday, it looked like.
That's it. It did. Yeah, I let it grow for a month now, and then
There's Mitch.
Agent K says Dan's eyeing your beard hard.
I am, man. I've never actually grown one. This is the thickest I've ever let it go.
You're the age, Dan. You could grow one and it would be one solid color.
Do you think so? No. There's gray. Look.
Nah, that'll be gray. The more it comes in, the grayer it'll get.
There's gray in there, buddy. Actually, it's white.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely gray in there.
What are you, 30?
If I
33, man.
Oh, yeah. You have a
33.
pretty one.
Done. Oh, no. It'll be like wavy and like little white strands.
You'd be Dan the man with the.
Oh, this guy. Get my man card reprinted and everything, huh? Get updated on life. I'm with it, man.
Well, I've never updated my driver's license since I've had this beard for 2 years, and somebody carded. I got carded the other day.
Carded?
Wow.
They wanted to see my driver's license before I left the store, and I was kind of happy because it'd been 35 years since I've probably been carded. So I handed the card.
I can't even imagine some teenager asking me to prove I'm 21. Yeah, okay.
Right.
I can see you getting carded for applying for Social Security, Chris. Not.
Yeah.
It was at a store on my way to Spin Down, actually. I think it's last Friday.
Chris,
it wasn't for beer. I'd bought something else, and she just needed to see my ID. So,
okay.
did you show him the idea, or did you give him a gravity
You know,
check?
Chris was
Young
probably
Dip?
because the way you
Know how
talk, she
far
was
they
like,
hang?
"You ain't from around these parts, are you, boy?"
I got that too. I got that too. No, she looked at my card. She said, "That's not you." I said, "Yeah, it's me." She said, "It's just a year older than my beard is."
Wow. There's not a soul on the planet Earth that's alive that has ever seen me without this beard.
Really?
Not a soul. Not my children. Not anybody that's still alive that remembers me without a beard.
Here I am with a goatee.
Oh, look at
wow!
that
You
sexy
look
guy.
that looks like a mugshot, man. Look
It
at
does,
that.
It does.
You're much better off now.
That's straight out of Compton, man. You can't beat that.
Man, that Santa Claus
Straight outta
look is
Compton.
much kinder looking than that old picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, no, you sent me the link, and I'm fixing. I'm up here at my other place, and I'm fixing to fly my Tinyhawk for a minute because there's no wind right now. No
Oh,
wind.
that's
cool.
set the phone down. Let us watch it.
There'll be a lot of blank space because I'll be getting up a lot, going and picking it up.
I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see you're getting into it like that, though. That's
Yeah.
terrific.
It's
Actually,
tough to fly that little thing in the wind, that's for sure.
Yeah, just tilt the front down and go.
I got all the
That
ESCs
Tinyhawk can take all the wind you give it.
soldered into the.
Okay, Chris's
flight
turn
control.
now.
Oh,
What'd you say?
Yeah, it's not a debate.
Shh.
The
Come on, let
Tyro
Chris
119,
finish what he's saying.
The Tyro 119.
Yeah.
I got all the ESC soldered in night before last,
Oh, super.
so I'm on my way getting it built.
Okay, on Sunday night, man, come on to to my show, and I want to see that. You hold it up in front of the camera. I want to
Yeah.
see how it looks.
Yeah, I carried it to my guy at work that worked at it's an old 9E technician. He looked at it. He said, "Man, it looks good." He said, "You might use a little too much solder, but he didn't see anything wrong with it."
Good.
He's
Yeah,
happy.
be curious. Well, that's
He's got it.
really the hardest part of building that thing is just the soldering of the motors and the power wires. That's about it.
And I got all that. That's all done.
You get the capacitor on there.
Capacitor come already soldered on, Mitch.
Oh, that's right. They drilled. They had little holes and they had it just tack soldered. I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all done.
yeah. That's a nice little kit for the money, man. Where are you going to buy all those pieces and parts for $120?
That's pretty cheap, man.
It's a whole
Yeah.
kit that you put together.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
comes
fun.
with
I like that stuff.
it comes with everything: the camera, GPS module for GPS rescue.
really?
It has the motors, the props, the frame, camera, video transfer, everything. It's they're incredible. I've built the Tyro 79, 89, 99, and 129s. But I haven't built the 119 yet.
Yeah, I watched Bardwell's breakdown, and that's pretty good. But what's funny about it is you make the same mistakes he does, then I have to hit rewind to go figure it out. Because I was putting the motors in the other night and they didn't want to work. He said, "Well, you need to use this screw." He said, "Oh, wait a minute, use this screw." And it's because I can't find any, unless y'all can help me out, any direction.
No, there's no instructions. There's no instructions for that. No instructions. But there's a rule of thumb that you have to be careful for motor screws, and that is you want the screw in the hole, but you don't want it coming through the hole. Exactly. Because if you get too long a screw, it'll hit the windings on the stator, and you're done.
Yeah, smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sucks is there's some motors that between the foot of the motor where the screw goes into, the way the bell housing is, you can't really see whether the screw is too long or not.
Too long.
That kind of thing. Because all you need is the threads to go through the foot of the motor. You don't need to go any higher, but it can go a little higher, but not into the winding.
Well, the trick is when you get anything like that, you just separate the screws. You sort them out into piles, and you're going to have 16, either 12 or 16, depending whether you're 3 or 4 screws per motor. So you're going to have the most number of screws are going to be for the motors. That's right. If you see whatever you find 16 of, that's obviously what they intended for the motors.
Well, what's funny about it, the motor will only 3 will fit it. Only 3 screws in it, not 4.
Really?
Yeah, the frame's got a little divot cut out of it that 4 won't match it.
Yeah, no, I've got a quad that only does 3 screws too, Chris.
Normally they only have 3 holes though. So if you got 4 holes, I can't.
No, there's just 3 holes.
Oh yeah, well if there's only 3 holes, they only intend 3 screws.
No,
I always put Loctite. I put the blue Loctite on those motor screws too. A lot of guys don't bother with that.
I was going to ask that if you guys do that or not.
Not the red Loctite, but the blue Loctite.
Right.
The blue, yeah.
You put that red on there.
Red, you're dead.
Dan is showing us something here.
This is the beard I want to grow. It's the Pay May Wisdom beard.
Oh, I remember that movie.
I want the Pay May Wisdom where you can just chuck it over your shoulder when you're feeling
That's
yourself.
you, Dan. Dan, that's you. That's you. So we'll see in about 25 years, man.
Right. That's what we're going for here, okay?
The bad part.
Cool. I like it.
Those eyebrows would look cool on you too, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
And by the time you grew that beard, it would be white like that too.
Yep.
Hey, I gotta run, fellas. So
all right.
See
y'all
ya.
Take care.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Ed. Take care. Chris, thanks for coming in, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Good to see everybody. Take care, everybody. Chat.
I expect to see some video, Chris.
Okay. I'll hook you up, buddy. All right. Hey, I got one video on my channel.
DVR.
That's next. I ain't got there yet, but I'm working on it. All right, see y'all.
All right, take care, everybody. Hey, Four-Eyed Canine, how you doing, my friend?
Yep.
Thanks for coming in.
Where's
All right,
Carlos
so Carlos is AWOL. He's still logged in, but we still. Yeah. Carlos, if you can hear us, come on back. We have room for you. There he is.
There you go.
I was eating.
Well, we figured that.
We thought.
We figured that.
Chat duty's back.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So.
Excuse me. Went down the wrong pipe.
Oh god.
So what was Chris talking about? His new build?
It's Tyro 119, which is just identical to the Tyro 129, only it's a 6-inch quad instead of a 7-inch quad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Tyro 129 is a 7. I built 2 of those. The ones where I put the GPS up on the pedestal and put iNav in it. That works out pretty good, Dan.
I'm trying to go smaller, not bigger.
What do those kits cost for something like that? Is it
basically whatever the number is. The Tyro, that's where to get the number.
Oh,
the Tyro 119 is $119. The Tyro 89 is $89, and it's usually within $1 or $2 of that.
Right. And those are almost little 5-inch.
They have the
6 and 7.
Tyro 99 and the
Oh,
109
God.
are 5-inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
Don't-
about
don't-
the Tyro 12.99?
I don't.
What'd
All
you
I
say,
know
Dan?
is
I was gonna say no.
Tyro
That'd be
21.
very cheap.
I had the Tyro 99 and it was pretty not good.
Well,
I don't-
that was the first. That was the first
The
one.
first one, right? And
And,
since then they've done a lot better. So
I'll
don't,
tell you the one.
Yeah.
The one that I have the most fun with, believe it or not, is the little Tyro 89.
Yeah.
It's a
That
tiny
makes sense.
little 2-inch deal,
Mhm.
and you put a 3S battery on the bottom, and just
Oh, yeah.
you put it
Wow.
like
Ripper.
a rips. Yeah,
Rips.
screams.
Yeah. Little ripper.
A lot of fun. A lot of
That's
fun.
how the Mantis was. A little 2-inch Mantis.
Yeah.
It was a little ripper.
And the 129s I have iNav on them, and they fly great, Dan.
Yeah.
You throw them in acro mode, you fly them all over the place. You throw it, you throw it and return to home, and it comes back and lands like a Mavic,
Well,
which
I
is
got a
kind of
5.
cool
Wow.
for a quad.
I got a crazy 5-inch build going on right now. It's got some very decent parts in it, and Mike will probably appreciate this one if Night Train's in here. We're running a majority of Zing and Rush in it, so it's should
That's
be
what I
a
have.
fairly good build. That and Stealth.
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
the frame is Stealth XR, so it's a pretty decent build, man. It's got some really good components in it, so it should be a ripper. We'll see.
I put those the new Rush tank
just gonna say that.
VTXs in Carlos's 2 bigger quads.
Did you
Yeah.
see him at all, Dan?
They're
Have you
they're
seen
I have
him?
really
not.
nice.
We can't
They're
see.
really nice.
Okay, go get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a little bit better with the Tinyhawk before I move up to anything else.
You know,
Well, you
I'm
do,
just
Mike. That's how you have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see you guys getting involved
6-inch.
at all. You know, I'm glad that it's
After
not
watching
just
all
GPS
those
anymore.
FPV videos, it was
LEDs.
just one-
Yeah,
Beaver.
hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm missing an
Wait a
antenna.
minute, Carlos, and
It's
I'll
coming.
make you big. Hold on a second, Carlos. Let me make you big so you can show off. That's his
Oh,
chameleon.
yeah. Heck yeah,
What
man.
size
Yeah,
is
we got
that?
LEDs in my 5-inch.
Not exactly
nice.
black
No.
and white, but
Are those ones as you give it power they light up?
No,
like more and
no,
more?
those are programmable.
Programmable. Okay.
Yeah, those are they're called the iFlight race
Has little
wires, but they
pads.
don't. You can run the motor wires through them.
Deeper.
In other words, they act as a bridge
I'll
for
be
the
back.
motor wires, but the motor wires
Right.
don't power them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and they're cool because when in beta flight you can set those LEDs to do all kinds of weird things.
Right. Yeah, mine's based on throttle power up, which is kind of fun.
5-inch
Yeah, and that's
schizo.
that's
It's like
that's the
progressive.
schizo.
Oh, nice. Yeah. See, that's a little ripper right there, but that's something I'd tear through
Yeah.
the trees with. Heck
And,
yeah.
we put new flight controllers in both of those things. That one's
like
got new motors
dinosaur,
on it,
feet.
and
So, is this on F3 or F4? What do you got inside this?
those are F4s. That's the iFlight
F4s, okay.
F4 stack. The new one, the same the stack that comes with the Nazgul.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice stack, and 50, 60 bucks, 50 bucks
Mhm.
plus.
That's nice.
Getting it here.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful little quads.
So those are completely rebuilt.
Very nice.
Had them down to the frame. I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. All right.
3-inch.
All
Oh,
right,
there's his little Acrobrat. That's the Acrobrat.
Ah, well, you got some prop digs on there, boy. Look
What
at the
size is
aggressive
that one?
props.
Say what?
I said you got some serious prop dig on those. Holy mackerel!
Yeah,
That's-
those are little gem fans, I think, if I'm not
really.
mistaken.
Yeah, those look
Yeah.
like they would terrorize the
That
sky.
that
there.
thing flew. That thing flew just great. And my little Acrobrat that I've got here, I love the way that thing flies.
I think I got
What
the
is this?
Dallas,
That's
wheel
not a
for it.
5-inch, is it?
No,
That's
it's a 3
3
inch.
3 inch. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 3-inch, and
Yeah, that's
and I've got. This is my little Acrobrat here.
Very
It's
nice.
got I actually crammed the DJI air unit.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
system in there. Whoa.
And it's got a lost quad beeper on the back. See it?
Mm-hmm.
It's got the DJI air unit in it, and
It's got to be
I
heavy.
flight it. It is. But I put a 1300 4S on this,
Okay.
and you'd think it was heavy. It screams, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and I get about a 6-7 minute flight out of it.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty good.
love,
Yeah, but
I
you're
love this little quad.
you're not really a tear upper ripper though. So
No,
that's
no,
why you
no.
get some
I'm
pretty
not-
decent flight time.
I'm not full throttle on it, but this has
Yeah.
got the R9. This has got the R9. See the R9 antenna back here?
Yep.
And between the R9 antenna and the DJI system, you don't have to worry about range on this thing or
Sure.
trees or anything. It just goes.
Is that the
And,
Acrobat?
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
Acrobat with the DJI full size
Yeah,
air
yeah.
unit in it. Yeah,
Maybe next year. I'll
not
play with
just
those
that.
things.
This is a great.
DJI.
This is one of my favorite little quads too. This little 3-inch, and it's got the same props. It's the black. They're the same props as you have on yours, except these are black. Because I bought a bunch of spares when I
You know what
bought
I
these
forgot
black
to ask
props,
you to
and
do is-
I never break props, so I don't ever use my spares.
You should have initialed
Famous last words.
You should have initialed
Yeah.
your controller when you sent it on the back or something with a.
Sign my name, old
Yeah,
guy.
next time. Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
I'm
Next
not
time I
that-
see
I
you.
got news for you. I'm not that
Alright,
famous.
since we're-
Nobody-
Hey, but you
You're
Nobody
showing
cares.
off.
Oh, there
here's
you go.
mine.
There's Carlos's 5-inch. Yeah,
Oh my God.
This
I
is,
hope
not
you don't
Carlos,
have
it's
that in
Art's.
public.
yeah.
Now, are we
Why?
flying that thing yet?
I
Please.
haven't flown it yet, but Mitch flew it when he fixed it up for me.
Don't encourage him to fly that.
what is that? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sorry, that was my phone.
Art bought that at a police auction or something, and you wouldn't
Yep.
have believed what it was. So
Art?
he sent it to me, and I made it into a flying quad and test flew it,
Yep.
sent it back to him. But we won't let Art fly it because
No,
at this
not
point
until
because it'd be a
I'm
little
proficient with the-
dangerous at this point.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Why not? Mel
To
gave it a
him
go.
and those
That
around
ended
him.
awesome.
Mel's flight was really something, man.
I warned him.
Mel?
I
Mel
totally
flew 5
warned him
inch?
before he did it.
Did
Yeah.
Mel fly a
Up,
5
up and away. Woo!
Oh,
I told him
Well,
what
I'll-
was going to happen.
I'll tell you what, line of sight too. You don't fly these things line of sight. They're not like flying
Until
model
you're-
airplanes. You don't
Yeah.
know which way the hell they're going, whether they're going this way or this
Which way
way.
they're pointing.
Until you've had some practice. If you've had some
Exactly.
practice. I can fly mine line of sight in acro now too. Now, if I
Yeah.
turn away from myself in acro, then I'm done for. But
Yeah.
if I keep it in stabilized mode, I can zoom around no problem. Or if I keep the back end to me, then I can fly in acro, doing flips, line of sight, and just having some
Yeah.
fun. The moment I lose orientation in acro, I'm toast. There's no point. I don't know what
I
to
wouldn't
do.
Yeah.
even bother. What's the point?
So
Yeah,
yeah, well,
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
fun.
It's like
It's fun.
like I used to fly when I used to fly RC helicopters.
Yeah.
That's very similar to a quad in acro mode. You know,
Sure.
it's no stabilization. You tilt it,
Yep.
it stays that way. And when that,
Yep.
and you don't know where the tail boom is going, all
Right.
has a mind of its own. So you don't know whether it's pointing at you or away from you or it's going sideways. And you learn. You
Yeah.
learn when you fly
scary.
it to keep track of what it's doing in your head. You
Hard
know
to
you've
see.
turned it this way.
Exactly. That's where it gets
Yeah.
hard though with acro. When you, like I said, when you turn away from yourself and you're coming at
Yeah.
you, that's
Oh,
when
yeah.
acro is reversed, man. I lose it at that point. I'm like,
Yeah.
done.
Well,
It's fun when you're in front of yourself just to flip the throttle real hard. You see it go skyrocket, and then you do a roll or a flip
Yeah.
or a double flip, and then you try to catch it and weigh it
let
back
it down.
out, hover it in front of you, and then flip the throttle again and do a flip in front of yourself. So it is fun. It actually teaches you snappy movements on your controller by doing it LOS as well. So it kind of gives you a round number as to see how far it turns when you're watching it in LOS, and it helps you
Yeah.
when you're actually flying. So it's fun, man. It's a good trait to learn if you haven't tried practicing it yet.
Scary.
But if you're a new quad pilot and you don't know
Oh,
how
yeah,
to even
don't.
fly it yet on the goggles, you don't want to take a
No.
5-inch, throw a big battery on it, and turn it loose around a parking lot
boy.
full of people and cars. Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's going 70 miles an
Oh,
hour in a direction.
humanity.
No
Oh, yeah.
idea what's going on.
I wouldn't feel
You
safe
know-
around hard flying that. No offense. Not yet. You got to practice. Art.
You know,
Yeah.
when I took that Tyro 129 of mine out for the first time with iNav on it, and I was just learning iNav, but I had all the switches set for position hold, altitude hold, return to home.
Mhm.
I took it off in front of me and in stabilized mode, set it up. I wanted to get it off the ground about 10 feet and throw it into position hold or altitude hold. Well, I had, unbeknownst to me, I had some settings wrong in iNav, and I didn't realize that when you go into altitude hold in iNav, the throttle stick becomes like a Mavic. At center stick, it will hold the altitude. Anything above center will climb, below center will descend when you're in that mode, but only in that mode. I hit that altitude hold switch, that son of a bitch took off for the moon. Woo, straight up. And I'm standing there like line of sight going, holy shit, which way is it headed? You know, what's it doing? So I hit the return to home switch and it turned around and came back and landed. But if I hadn't had that return to home switch, I probably would have had to just disarm it and drop it, because I got disoriented real quick when you're not. And I didn't have the goggles on. Now, if that had happened when I was wearing the goggles, it would have been no problem. You know where it is, where it's headed, which way it's facing. You just fly the damn thing. But without the goggles on, it creates an amazing set of problems for you. So
Kiwi,
that was
Mr.
that
Mad
was stupid.
Kiwi
Yeah,
joined
Craig.
us.
Hey,
Kiwi,
Craig
it's good to
Yarker, how
see
you
you,
doing,
Craig.
buddy?
Must be on a lunch break.
Good to see you, man.
good to see you,
Good
bud.
to see you. Craig is down there in New Zealand, where
we
what's
were-
his face? Bruce Simpson is having all of his battles with the CAA down there.
Bruce Almighty, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. It
Hey,
really is.
Art or Mitch, so just for poops and giggles, I downloaded the DJI app that I had many moons ago, and it still had my info. What level are you guys in flying, if I may ask?
Oh, I haven't even looked.
I don't even pay attention to any of
I
that.
have no.
Yeah.
How
No,
about
who
distance
cares?
traveled?
I don't see it as like a.
Uh,
I don't know, man.
I have flown in feet, 1,644 feet, 760.
That's terrific.
Isn't that crazy? That was like in a year and a half I flew that much. I went crazy when I first got this thing. I couldn't believe it.
I don't think I've flown that much. I don't fly it a lot. Hardly
Top
ever.
speed, 43.8 miles per hour with the wind behind me on a Mavic Air. That was cool.
Boy, that's like crawling with an FPV. That's a tight
Right.
right there, man.
Well, that's what I was always. You know what? I bought a Mavic Air for the flying, not for the photography. If that makes sense. I just, seemed like the
Yeah,
one to
we've
get.
got a-
I didn't know about.
We've got a
FPV.
guy out at the park who has a Phantom 3, and he just takes off and flies it. He just likes to fly it around. He flies model airplanes, and he just likes to fly the quad around like an airplane. He hardly ever looks at the screen, and I don't even know if he ever turns it on record. He just likes to fly it.
I have a couple friends like that.
That's what I mean. The photography part was least of my objectives when I bought it, but it seemed like the one to get. Then you hear about the Mavic Pro, and then the Mavic Pro 2, and the Mavic Pro Platinum, and I was like, maybe I should have got those, because the Mavic Air only had Wi-Fi.
My favorite thing.
Mavic Air 2 rocks, man.
Yeah, now though, the first one was all right.
Yeah.
I went 7,500 feet away, out in the water. It was good.
Yeah, well,
That's over
better
a
than
mile.
what I did. I was in the one.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Art, you've had
Well, no,
a
but
strange
somebody
history
helped
with
you.
drones, my friend.
He's
You
the drone
really have,
solution.
bud.
He's the
That
solution.
one wasn't my fault. That was Sean Oz.
Somebody helped him out.
Now, I remember
Yeah,
The
it was
guy
your
that-
fault
the
because
guy
you
that
gave the
called me a-
controller to Sean.
the guy that calls me a
Yeah.
clown. How could I forget that guy?
That's like, you don't lend somebody like your like, imagine, right? You owned a motorcycle, Mitch. You never lend somebody a motorcycle.
I still have a motorcycle. I hardly ever ride it though.
I'm saying you never lend anybody.
Want to buy a motorcycle?
No thanks. Nah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still thinking of
Hey,
going
real
to Florida though.
There you go.
I want you to come down here, man. I need
really-
somebody to fly. I need to get over
Hey,
with
dude.
Dan and stay healthy for a few days. I maybe get over there and fly with you one of these days.
I'm fine. Just come on through, bro. I'll fly from the hospital out there. Agent,
Yeah.
you think everyone is a great guy, bro.
HK's a good guy. He's
He's a
he-
good
he-
guy. He just thinks everyone's a great guy.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. He's very active in a lot of streams. He's
He is.
mysterious.
Platinum.
None of us know much about him.
Yeah.
Can't hear him.
I thought I had his first name figured out,
He's a rapper, Agent K.
Oh,
Right.
But he said, this is I'm putting in it. This is what he said his first name was. If you look in the chat, and he said, or somebody came back and said in Russian or something, that means that's not my name.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, that was you, Art. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did a cut and paste and put in the translation, and
I wonder what
that's
happens
what-
if I Google it. Let's see what comes back if I Google that.
I'm telling you, he's a rapper.
Oh,
Agent
there.
K.
Oh, yeah.
Did you mean? It asked me if I meant something else in Russian, and I have no idea if that's what I meant or not. Nothing, no matches. Let's see if that's what it says.
Well, you got
No matches for the other.
Put
And
in
translator,
Russian
yeah.
and translate it to English.
I don't want to work that
Because
hard.
the H is an M, O is no sound, T.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, you don't not.
Hey,
Bro.
do-
Emmerman.
do me a favor, Mitch. Remove my wrench real fast, would you? Let me show you something.
Remove your wrench.
Yeah, if you would, real quick.
I
Let me know
can't
when you-
find where's your last.
Oh, you know what? Let's
Post.
do this here.
Post something.
There you go.
I want to put
Take
him
my
on
wrench away for a
timeout.
minute.
Why do you want me to remove your wrench?
I'm
I'll
gonna
put him on
show you.
timeout.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
He
show
is
you-
a rapper.
I removed your wrench.
I'm gonna show you how efficient Dan is.
Oh,
I knew he was a rapper.
Okay.
He raps gifts at Macy's.
Well, what,
All
what are we? We're in suspense here, Dan.
right. Just give me 1 sec. You guys do your normal thing.
That was a normal thing. Yeah. And that,
Ugh, still
Yeah.
not letting.
And here's Art with a joke while we're waiting.
oh.
No, don't do
Hey,
that.
You know what? I put a mask on my muffler. Now I'm exhausted.
oh boy.
Does it still show I have a wrench? It still
I know
shows
what
I have a
that
wrench, man. You got to get rid
Well,
of it.
Dan, here's the problem. YouTube is not doing it right.
Oh,
It
that's
still
so
shows you have a
stupid.
wrench, even though I removed it. I'll try again and remove it. It
Why
says
is it
drone
doing
worship
that?
is no longer a
takes the
moderator,
back
yet you still have a wrench.
Interesting.
And we couldn't
Yeah, it's,
we couldn't give people wrenches
Let me
the
see
other
if I
night. We were
can
trying to
put you
give
on
people
timeout.
wrenches and it wouldn't take. And then after about 30 minutes, it finally took, and the blue wrench showed up.
That
So
sucks.
YouTube is having all kinds of problems with
Yep.
with their chats.
Agent K.
Agent, another day, buddy.
He's very what's the word? Mysterious, right?
We'll see about that. Dan has a very good knack at just getting crazy people easily.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
He's gonna change his name to like Agent W.
I know.
Keep you guessing.
Agent J. He'll be
Agent J is coming next.
Yeah, Agent J. For the longest time, I never made the connection to Men in Black with Agent
Really?
J.
It took you that long?
I never made that. Yeah, I just for some reason because he had this another word after it at first.
Oh
And,
yeah, it was in Cyrillic.
Video.
and it meant
It was video.
Yeah.
Video in Cyrillic. Yeah.
I rarely do this, and if I do find out who it is, I'm only going to tell 2 people. But I have a real knack for this. All right, have fun.
Knacker,
Go
huh?
back to your normal stream. I got to wait until my wrench clears.
It's
We
still
won't be
still
here.
there, Dan.
I know.
It's gonna take
No,
Annoying.
no, it's going to take longer than that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, see, it's still when I click on it, it says remove moderator, even though I did it twice already.
Nah, we'll wait. I'll wait till the next show.
There you
There
go.
is a problem. YouTube is having a serious problem with their chat
Yeah.
stuff lately.
Wonder why.
Yep.
I
I
don't know.
typed Dan, it always
They've
says
been
Dan
hacked.
G. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Oh, one thing I've noticed is there's a real lag in the chat as well.
Really?
When I go,
I haven't noticed.
yeah, when I'm watching here and I go to your YouTube channel and I want
Well,
to chat with somebody,
It's
Yeah,
It's a
but they're
third
not
party.
seeing it. Yeah, they're not seeing it till
sometimes I
9 or
can't
10
get
seconds.
their- yeah, but sometimes I can't. It won't let me type their name in. I'll say, for example, Rick Halbert is in the chat, and I'll say,
Yeah.
"Hi, Rick," and then I do the ampersand and the RI, like you normally would to get the rest
Yeah.
of the name. it won't do that. And
Oh, okay. Well, that's might be part of the problems that they're having with the
Yeah.
chat. They're having all kinds of problems.
Been like that for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I made sure that I'm in live chat when I do that, and it still does it.
It's not that serious.
Well, so far tonight, the chat seems to be, at least the chat's working. People are coming through. Dan is still trying to.
Buggery. Yeah, because I can't do anything with a wrench. Like this is why it's
Really?
like, I don't mind having a wrench, but it's like the most annoying thing ever when you want to click on people's channels. It only gives you the options to like boot them, put them in timeout, and that's it. You can't like go to anybody news channel when they pop in if you want to subscribe.
I thought they removed. I thought they were
No.
with a wrench or not. I thought they removed that feature a long time
it's
ago.
Stupid.
Oh, so if you're non-wrench, you can click on somebody's channel and go to it, subscribe or check.
So like when I click on Agent K, it just says report, block, put in timeout. Like it doesn't give me the
Yeah.
ability to actually click on his channel and go
Well,
to
it
him.
used to have a.
You know?
It used to have an option that said go to channel, but they did away
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
a long
Yeah,
time
they
ago.
did away
Yeah,
with
they
it.
did. Mm-hmm.
But if
What-
you're not a wrench, then you can just click on their avatar icon and it automatically opens up a second.
Oh, really?
Right to their
Oh,
channel.
okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why I said it's the wrench is nice, but it doesn't help you. You know, it's like
Right.
moderators need to be selected selectively. You got to make sure that whoever's there is really
Right.
interested in like
Well,
checking out
we-
other
we-
people.
I'm going to experiment
We do
with that.
We do it to make
Something.
people feel welcome. I don't
I
guess it's
know.
really necessary, but you know, it's
I
a
know.
class thing. You know.
Can we have the quiz, Dan? What? What's
don't
he
know what
talking
that means.
about?
I
I
have
don't
no
either.
idea. I have no
Craig,
idea.
what are you talking about, man?
All right, we're going to experiment with the the troll.
Yeah.
So what are you saying I can do if I'm a troll and I'm new? Dan?
What'd you
What's
do? Got
that?
a different channel?
Yeah, but don't be upset. But this is my channel.
The View Chaser.
View Chaser. Hey, how you
Hi,
doing?
guys.
Uh,
So what are you talking about, Carlos?
There
There's
he
a
is.
troll.
Pricks Life FPV.
I
I love it, man. I love
All
it.
right, so now you can click on my channel and do what? Subscribe. Everybody can subscribe. Feel free.
No, you can click on somebody's channel
Ah,
logged in as that because you're not a moderator, is what
it
he's
says
saying.
report.
So
Yeah, all it says is report, remove.
no, but
you-
click on the icon. Click on the icon on the left.
Right,
Ah,
I can't. It doesn't do
Report
anything.
and block. Gary Hupp.
That's it.
Report and block.
All right, so it doesn't. So
you can't click on their avatar anymore?
No, it just.
Well,
says
YouTube
report
has
and
really
block.
done some stupid stuff.
They're
man. I don't
screwed. Yeah,
understand
they're
what
screwed up.
doing. That's
I like
really
that
dumb.
though, Carlos. Hey,
YouTube.
Carlos, are you subscribed to my channel? Are you
I am.
subscribed to
Right.
my channel?
Right now, I am.
All right,
Yes, sir.
subscribe. That's another
It-
subscriber.
It makes it stupid because if you actually wanted to find any one of these people, you have to type their name now in the search
Yeah,
bar.
it's
And if they don't-
absurd.
If they don't have an established algorithm with YouTube, it'll be extremely hard to find that channel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they made it impossible,
Yep.
but they've almost put an end to the sub for sub stuff because
Yep.
that's how people used to do it. Used to go in there and pick up 100 subs in 10 minutes on these
Yeah.
things. No more.
Yep. Mhm.
No more. It's too
Well,
much work
they're
now.
just trying to kill the tiny channels, man.
Ah,
really-
this is funny, man. Carlos, they're hiding your messages. Who is this prick guy? Ah, there goes my PG rating. Man, Kiwi, Greg, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Take care. Have a nice lunch. Yeah, we're almost to the end
Goodbye,
of this thing, too.
Kiwi.
Holy cow, 2 hours goes by really fast.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does. When
Hey,
you're
I
having
got a
good
quick
time, man.
question on the Radio Master, Mitch.
Yeah,
When you plug it in to charge it, is there an indicator on there that will let you know that it's done charging?
it shuts it. Yeah, I
that-
haven't charged mine yet internal. I haven't.
Yeah, I've been pulling the battery out and using the one
no,
that the charger
No,
that came
you
with the
can
battery.
plug in.
No.
You plug into the USB port in the bottom,
Right.
and it will shut itself off when it's fully charged.
Okay.
I haven't
Because I noticed when I
noticed-
plugged it in, the power light lit up, but it
Yeah, I
wasn't
think-
doing anything, and I wasn't sure.
I think the power light will
Mhm.
go off, maybe, but you
Yeah.
can't overcharge the battery in it anyway.
right.
The Radio Master. Art, how do you know?
Okay,
Art?
that's what I was worried about. I didn't want to overcharge it.
Art's got the Tyrannus will shut itself off, but we're talking about the Radio Master.
I'm just glad that they put that prick's life on a timeout because that was uncalled for.
Terrible call, poor guy.
Terrible guy. I'm gonna ban him
Put
here.
him on a timeout forever.
I will say that new radio with the longer sticks, it forced me to start doing pinching
Pinching,
to fly it because my thumbs aren't long enough to hold on and reach around and do thumbing on the sticks because it's like, yeah, you're right, it's all up in the air like that. So I had to resort to pinching, and it seems to work good that way though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to fly any other way. I don't know how to fly.
The little one that came with the Tinyhawk.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. No, I've been flying, pinching.
I bought the
RC
Tinyhawk
for
ready
50
to fly kit.
50 years.
That's a good one.
No, I don't repair View Chaser. I don't repair DJI. I don't want to.
I tried.
You know.
I tried pinching on the simulator. It's
Takes some getting used to.
wow. I'll go back to it a little bit, but I find
Takes some
myself
getting used to.
frustrated and going back.
I couldn't. I would to fly with thumbs. It would be. It's too late for me to try to learn that new trick.
You know what it is? Even as an adult, you really never got into the video game thing, right? Like even with your grandchildren.
No, I started. I mean, it was almost like I was born with a RC transmitter in my hand. That's
No.
how
But you
long
never
I've been flying.
never bought an Xbox or a PlayStation throughout.
No,
your,
I did, but I never really. I used them for playing DVDs. I bought my PlayStation because it had a DVD player back in the days when DVDs first came out. Blu-ray, yeah.
Blu-ray, yeah.
I still have it. It hasn't been turned on in 5 years at least.
It'll probably take a week to update.
Update. Oh God, I don't even know why we even bother. But it's there. It's still sitting. It's still sitting in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're becoming obsolete. Well, for me, it's.
I tried
Well,
pinching it at work. The girls get pissed off at me.
Yeah. Are you tall enough to pinch? Well, it depends what you're pinching, I guess. You know, that happened to me once in church, and I was so tempted, but my wife said not to do it. In church, and this lady got up, and you could tell that her skirt was like, her butt cheeks were hungry, and I just wanted to pull it out. It wasn't a proper place for that, but you know, it's that just those kind of
Rick
things
says
that you
it's
want
hard.
to do. Sorry.
Rick says it's hard to learn pinching after you've been a thumber, and
Yeah, it's
you know, two different styles. But it's what you learn, and it's whatever you're comfortable with.
But there is a hybrid now that's what I was also trying, kind of like where you're doing both. Have you heard about that, Dan? Mr. Intense hybrid pinching, thumbing, hybrid pincher.
Yeah, actually, we talked about that the other day. I don't remember whose channel we were on. We were talking about the hybrid pinching stuff. I tried it. I can't. It's so awkward. It's just awkward.
What are you doing?
I'm a thumber. I'm a thumber.
I do. I don't know what you call the way I do, but my fingers are behind the sticks, and my thumbs are not straight on top, but kind of
almost
halfway
hybrid.
on
That's
top.
pretty much hybrid.
Yes.
And that's what I've always flown that way.
But that's
And this
basically
finger, the
thumbing.
finger behind, acts to steady. It lets you pull back a little bit, and helps you steady, and by having it squeezed between the two fingers, it even if you're shaking it's like pushing and pulling on something, steadies it, you know?
Yeah, it's a brace.
Yeah.
I'll try it again, but right now my brain says thumb.
You know what? Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you.
Pincher all the way, baby.
Yeah.
You got a lot of pinchers out there. So then you were able, Mr. Kelly, to go right to pinching? Or are you still working at it?
Kind of. I just started to try. Like I said, I couldn't get my thumbs up and far enough onto the top of the stick to make it feel comfortable. And just trying a new radio because I'm used to the DJI controller, and then the one that came with the Tinyhawk too they're really short sticks, so you can make it to with your thumbs on there. But the new radio, the sticks are really tall. and I can't get my thumbs tall enough up there. And I was like, well, I'm going to start pinching, I guess. And I just
How's it working? So far, so good?
It worked out great.
Really?
Yeah, I got some good
that's what I
videos for it. So,
My,
I got video posted from
QX7.
flying with it like that.
Just-
I actually even threw it into acro and flew one battery on acro for the first time. So
Didn't you?
Yeah, good for you.
Now you have the Tinyhawk 2 or the freestyle?
the two, not the. I'm
Okay,
going to
that's
work
a good
up to
one.
the freestyle, but the
take
the
your time.
Tinyhawk 2 is what I got right now. I'm flying on 1S right now, and
Have you tried
did
the
some-
2S battery one time?
Yeah, it
Okay.
didn't go so well. It kind of bounced
All right.
off of quite a lot of stuff. It was
And did
going everywhere.
And you were able to change the profile and the rate profile to 2?
I haven't messed with any of the profiles or the PIDs
No,
or
he-
any of that
okay.
stuff
He
yet.
just-
Or
He's
any
It's
of the
gonna
rates.
fly a little. Gonna fly different then, but it's okay. You're
Yeah.
learning. As long as you're flying
Yeah.
1S, you're good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I'm going to take it out this weekend, and I'm going to do a whole. I've got 7 1S batteries, so I'm going to do 6 of them. Well, I'll do all 7 of them in acro, and
Yeah. Yep.
or I
Froze.
want to try some close quarters on a playground, that kind of stuff. And I'm going to leave it all in acro and just keep trying it. And then the very end, I'll try the. I'm in a big open field. I'm going to put the 2S in and give it a try on the acro and 2S. And
Are you recording your flights?
yes, I am. I actually bought the SkyDroid,
Oh, good.
the receiver, so I'm
Mhm.
doing all that stuff to my phone. But
Cool.
yeah, that was my
Well-
big downlet or big. My
Downfall.
only complaint about that ready to fly kit, the
Mhm.
goggles don't have a DVR on it, so you got no way to record your stuff until you get something else to.
Well,
to record it.
I'm actually more concerned as far as recording at this point is finding your drone and using it to find your drone, especially in a big open field. I'm not being
No,
funny
that's true.
either, but
Oh, I
it's
understand
really
that.
That's definitely a real plus of having a DVR.
always
recording,
record
because
your flights.
Yeah.
You can, if it goes down, you can go back and replay the DVR and actually see where
See
to,
where you go
in
to-
most
where you
cases,
went
where to
down.
drop. Well, Ed, if it wasn't for the DVR or having
Oof.
recorded it live on YouTube, Ed would probably have 30 drones hiding out in his forest up there.
Somewhere. Or you'd still be looking.
Yeah, that's kind of a jungle out in that area there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Ray Kelly, I don't know if he was here before, but he's here and he's
Yeah.
talking about his
Ray's
Hey,
Ray's been here.
my brother from another mother.
There you go.
You know, I bought long sticks for my Mavic controller, so that I
Did
can
you?
pinch. Yeah, the stick.
On purpose.
They sell the stick extensions, and I feel so much more comfortable flying it like that.
Makes me wonder.
Pete
if I could
Nunez
do a
is here.
whole
Hey,
lot.
Pete. Pete is here just in time to say goodnight. Have you been around, Pete? Didn't
Yeah,
see
he's
you here
been around
before.
earlier.
Oh, I didn't see him. Why didn't somebody tell me? Mention it.
Give him
Yeah,
a
he's not-
wrench.
Hasn't been. He has a wrench. Pete Nunez.
It almost seems like you do by
Come
what
on,
you were
Pete.
describing, right? Because you said you're kind of on top of the stick with the other one behind it, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
That almost seems like a thumb to me.
I will get a radio.
Because pinchers hold it 2 fingers.
Well, he was saying he put the longer stick on the DJI one. I still have an issue with that because you still.
Not
I
wearing.
use these 2 fingers
not
for
wearing the
doing the
wireless
rollers
stuff.
for the camera. You know, to do
All right.
the up and down on the camera and
Gimbal,
the zoom.
yeah.
And my zoom, because I
Here
have
we
the
go,
zoom,
guys.
so I have a zoom wheel on there too. So
This is how we're going to close out the show. I'm
All
not
right.
next to the mic, but
Wait a
Show us
minute,
how
Mitch,
to do
hold
it,
on.
Mitch.
Mitch,
So-
are you hearing
so
us at
this-
all? Can you hear
Yes.
us? Okay, because only
Yeah.
because Mike Kelly was talking and you didn't let him finish. All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I just put the headset on.
oh
Okay.
no, it's fine.
If
Yeah,
if you
good.
look,
I wasn't
ahead.
sure
If
that
look-
you were
if
hearing us. That's the only thing.
all right.
Go ahead.
This is how I hold it. This thumb is just not on top, but
Mhm.
just at the top, and then this finger goes behind it, and that's how.
Yeah.
That's
Such
almost
an
a
unnatural
hybrid.
motion.
That's a
Yeah,
hybrid.
and
It's a hybrid
if
pinch.
when I
Yeah.
hold the radio like this, I have these fingers here for the switches. Okay.
right.
And I raise this finger up for these switches. But that's how I fly, and I've been flying
Wow.
like that for years. Yeah.
And so then you really are. I don't know about a lot, but you're relying on the lanyard to hold it up mostly.
Oh yeah, the weight of the thing is definitely a lanyard. I'm not really holding the radio. The
Right.
radio's hanging from the lanyard. But for me to fly like this,
You
would
could
be
reach.
ridiculous. Would be absurd. Would be
Why?
absurd.
But I mean, you could reach it. It's not a reach thing, right?
Oh, it's not a reach problem. No, I can do
Right.
that. It's just a precision thing for me. Having that finger up on top there like that.
Let me see you do a full range circle just like that. All the way. All right, now pick it up and do the same thing. Don't you
Wow.
feel like you have to overextend your wrist? to do
When
that?
you're
Not-
when
not
you're at like
really.
9 o'clock, it seems
This
like
stuff,
it's
yeah,
really
the hardest is this corner.
There, that's what
But-
I'm talking about.
But keep in mind that if this thing's hanging from a lanyard, I don't have to hold it. I can just move my hand anywhere I
Right.
want. I can let go of the radio and just.
Man, I feel like you're putting
Push the
so much
sticker.
more into this.
Mhm.
But I feel but see, my
Well, he
style of
is. One
flying.
extra finger.
My style of flying is not this. My style of flying is this. Okay.
No, but even those big movements, nah, you don't do that too much. But I understand what you're saying. We're not flippy flopping all day.
Guys,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
not.
that.
That's not. That's what's that?
gotta take off. Thanks for having me.
You know what? Wait a minute, Art. I've got a piece of tremendous advice for you. Okay.
Okay.
And this is something I want you to remember always. And when I'm long gone, remember that your Uncle Mitch told you this. Okay. And that is, whenever you're going to take off, I recommend an airplane.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Sounds
good deal.
like good
remember,
advice.
remember that
Okay,
always.
we'll do.
All right, Art. I'll see you, buddy.
All right.
Robert Glazier.
Wait a minute. There it is. Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right,
Dan,
now.
Carlos.
Get
Good
out of
night.
here already. Okay. Bye.
Character, I tell you.
10. I joke about Art. I keep reminding him that there are, at this point in this country, there are more than 10,000 unemployed comedians.
Now we know why.
Mitch,
Yeah.
are you done flying
Yes.
if your lanyard breaks or somebody steals it?
No, I can hang
Then
on.
he can sit, or he can sit down.
Does your day
Dan,
end the moment
Let
I
me
steal
let
your
me show you
lanyard?
something, Dan.
I must know.
Have you ever heard of a radio manufacturer named Airtronics?
I have not.
And nobody your age ever heard of Airtronics.
That was
because
soon
I don't
after
think they-
Benjamin Franklin
Yeah.
discovered it.
That's right. And that Airtronics strap is the strap that I have used my entire RC flying career, and
That's
I
pretty
still
cool,
use
actually.
it to this day. Yeah.
Don't
Still
bring it
talking
around me
about
because I'll go home with a
Airtronics.
trophy.
30 some
And
odd
the
years.
reason I like this strap is because it's all canvas and it's really wide.
Hmm.
These straps they make today are limp. You know, this thing is terrific, man. Look at that. There you go.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
I feel like lanyards
And-
getting away from me, man. I can't
And
stand that.
and the hook on it, the spring thing that used to cover the hook broke off years ago, so it's just a hook.
No.
And I just
Oh, they
hook
hold
it. I
it
just
up.
hook.
Yeah.
I just all I do when I hook, I
Oh.
just hook it in like that, and there it is. It's hanging away, perfect.
Yeah, it shouldn't go anywhere.
No, beautiful.
I
I
might try
can't,
that.
man. I just am not a lanyard user at all. I
Nah,
cannot do it.
I am.
I love to just
All right,
hold
guys.
that sucker.
Real quick,
I think-
Mitch, so when you're standing
Yeah.
up and you're flying with a lanyard, about how low is it? Is it by your belt or a little lower or
Belly button?
seriously?
Belly button.
Oh, that's too close for me.
Right there, right there.
That's-
And this
yeah,
is
I
how-
can't
this
do
is how
that
I
either.
fly it. So
Mine
I
is
can-
mine is kind of
so
low.
so I can. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
see this, but I can move those
We're
sticks
watching.
anywhere, no problem. You know,
Yeah.
fast from one corner to the next. You know,
hmm
so that's
My
how I
arms
do
have
it.
to be stretched out, sort of. Anyway, all right. Thanks for the
Okay,
show.
everybody.
Thanks for having me. And
You're welcome.
Kid Loops.
You're
I
welcome.
will
Good to
check
see
that.
you.
Cut everything
Mitch.
in
Good to see
half.
you, Carlos. Yeah.
Mitch, have you tried your 30-second countdown yet without using your other software? Have you used StreamYard's countdown yet?
No, I
Works
don't do
pretty
count.
good.
I don't need a countdown on the way out. I
Works
have my
pretty
8 minute
good.
8 minute countdown on the way in. So and I
Buenas
have my
noches.
music and I bring. All right, Carlos, take
Dan, you
care.
look good. Stay healthy. Keep smiling.
Yeah, Dan,
Thank you,
you're
sir.
doing good, buddy.
Be well.
Later, bro.
You're doing good. And I get
All right,
my
Mitch, I'm
gorilla.
going to give you your window. You can say goodbye to everybody. Toodaloo people in the chat. Good to see you. Have a great night.
Thanks for
Mitch,
coming.
Thanks for having me.
Nice having you. Okay, anytime, buddy. Be good. And here it is. After 2 hours of this, I'm ready to go have some dinner. So for the few people that are left, we'll play a little exit music. There we go. I, of course, will give you the rest of the day off because I do that. Tell you to go play with your drones. Enjoyed having you all. Arizona Drone Dude still here. Carlos, Agent K, Robert Glazier, Gary Haupt, Stingray Aerial Solutions, thank you for coming in. Pete Nunez, thanks for being here, buddy. Ray Kelly, Mike Kelly, the View Chaser, Dan, thank you, Dan, for being here. Ed, he's long gone. And that's about it. Four-Eyed K9, thanks for coming in. Rick Halber, appreciate it, buddy. Good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better. And with that, I will turn it over to Spank, the monkey, and let him say goodnight. Say goodnight, Spanky.